Live from downtown Macon, this is WGXA News live on YouTube.
Good evening, Middle Georgia. I'm Amanda Peralta.
I'm Greg Lloyd. Amanda and I appreciate you watching WGXA News at 5:30.
Breaking news tonight, a shooting at a North Macon hotel leaves 2 people injured.
Here's a look outside the Baymont Inn and Suites on Riverside Drive in Macon, where deputies and first responders rushed to the scene around 3 this afternoon.
Sergeant Clay Williams with the Bibb County Sheriff's Office tells WGXA that 2 people were taken to a local hospital for non-life-threatening injuries.
One EMT with community ambulance confirms one of the victims was a woman. Now, WGXA is staying in touch with the Bibb County Sheriff's Office for more details, and we'll bring you the updates on air and online as we receive them.
Dublin police are searching for the suspect who shot 3 people yesterday afternoon.
Officers say it happened around 1 at the Enterprise Rent-A-Car on Claxton. They found 20 William Doby shot in the stomach. He was taken to the hospital for treatment.
The hospital tells police that 2 other victims also came to their emergency room with gunshot wounds after the shooting. If you have any information on this case, contact the Dublin Police Department.
The GBI hopes that bringing new attention to a 2-year-old murder investigation will help generate new leads. Someone shot and killed 31-year-old Harvey Harris 2 years ago at a party in Soperton. A second man survived being shot that night on Cedar Grove Road. If you have information on Harris's murder, please call the Truitland County Sheriff's Office or the GBI. Well, a Houston County teen is left figuring out how he'll keep his lawn service going.
That's after he says he was cutting grass in a customer's backyard, and when he went back to the front yard, his equipment was gone.
Our Carlos Stevens caught up with a young business owner today to find out what's next for him. Carlos?
Guys, I talked to that business owner today, and he tells me that he made a trip to Centerville Police Department on Saturday after his equipment was stolen while working. Mowing the lawn isn't just a hobby for Houston County teen Landon Elderkin. It's his business. Elderkin says this past Saturday, thieves put a dent in his wallet after stealing his lawn equipment. He says they got away with a weed eater, edger, blower, and more, and now he's trying to find a way to replace what they took.
I was a little bit disappointed, felt like I got punched in the gut, and I felt violated.
Elderkin says it was a punch that hurt his plans to offer more services.
In the back of my head, I'm like, man, I'm not sure I even want to do this anymore.
Instead, Elderkin says neighbors started to support him after learning the news. He says the thieves cut into the future of others he was looking to support.
I've been able to give some teenagers opportunities to work and give them jobs.
Now that he's short on equipment, the young business owner says the opportunity for teens to make a little extra cash has stopped for now. He says he's not sure why he was targeted. In the meantime, he's looking forward to getting back on his feet and has a message for all of his supporters.
I want to thank them, and I want them to know how much it's meant to me, that they've been here and have been supporting me and trying to help me get back on my feet. It's been amazing.
Reporting in Houston County, I'm Carlos Stevens, WGXA News.
We reached out to Centerville Police Department for an update, but was told no one was available. If you would like to donate to Elderkin's GoFundMe, visit our website and look for this story.
In your state news, Rudy Giuliani is negotiating a resolution to a lawsuit brought on against him by 2 former Georgia election workers. Wandrea Moss and Ruby Freeman sued the former New York mayor for defaming them following the 2020 election. They've already won nearly $90,000 from him for attorney's fees. In a court filing late Friday, Moss and Freeman's legal team said Giuliani's lawyer approached them on Thursday to discuss a potential negotiated resolution, adding they've all, quote, worked diligently to negotiate a resolution and believe they are close. Another update on those negotiations is expected in court this week.
And grand jurors are expected to consider charges against Trump and his allies for trying to overturn the Peach State's 2020 election results. A special grand jury issued a report with charging recommendations earlier this year, which will be weighed by this new grand jury. The district attorney presenting the case is an elected Democrat. Trump says the prosecution is politically motivated and maintains that he did nothing wrong.
Former President Trump and his team have unveiled a new legal strategy that could affect his chance of returning to the White House, delay his documents trial.
They're asking a judge to postpone the case, charging him with taking classified documents from the White House until after the election.
Scott Thuman takes a look at how these new efforts could play out in the 2024 campaign.
the boxes that could upend an election. With Donald Trump facing 37 felony charges for allegedly taking classified or top secret documents and lying to investigators, his legal team now requesting the trial be delayed until after the presidential election, more than a year later than prosecutors want.
If I weren't leading in the polls by so much, they wouldn't be indicting me.
Further, Trump's attorneys insist proceeding during an election will create extraordinary challenges in the jury selection process and limit the defendant's ability to secure a fair and impartial adjudication. A potential delay presenting new hypotheticals. If elected president again, could Trump try to use his powers to shelve the case or even self-pardon?
He could ask his attorney general to fire the special counsel and to end the prosecution. And there's a debate in legal circles whether a president can pardon him or herself. It came up when President Nixon was president, and there were discussions by legal scholars. I think it's uncertain.
Trump is hardly the only politician to claim an investigation could ruin their election. Hillary Clinton long suggested the FBI investigation into her personal server and thousands of deleted emails played a major role in her loss.
The reason why I believe we lost were the intervening events in the last 10 days. You know, if the election had been on October 27th, I'd be your president.
And so that's going to be a challenge for any prosecutor, any defense attorney, any judge to make sure that they give the perception, at least, that politics is not involved.
The voting public seems anxious to get it over with. Nearly 2/3 of those recently surveyed want Trump to be tried before the general election, including 46% of Republicans who were asked. That decision and possible election implications now in the hands of a judge. In Washington, I'm Scott Thuman.
Well, things are warming back up with the temperatures back in the low 90s this Tuesday evening while staying mostly dry.
Meteorologist Ryan Miranda is joining us and saying there is not much relief in sight, though, from those hot temperatures.
Yeah, it's a steamy 90 degrees right now in Macon, even a lot of the southeast and the deep south. Air temperatures in Texas right now in the triple digits, so they're really getting hammered with a lot of the heat. And usually when we have the storms this time of year, that really can cool us off, but not a lot out there. Most areas are dry. We do have a bit of a downpour that's moving into portions of Twiggs County, just south of I-16, over 23 right now, moving out of Houston County and Warner Robins. It got clipped a little bit there with that downpour. Another downpour right now just south and west of Perry, moving across 75 Moss Oak. No lightning really associated with any of these. And then one more small cell just east of Potterville, moving across 123. But most areas are dry right now thanks to high pressure that's over the eastern half of the U.S. So a lot of us are dry, and we'll continue that trend into the middle of the work week on Wednesday. Lots of sunshine, 72 degrees at 7 o'clock, 91 at lunchtime, going for a high of 94 degrees. Feels like temps will be back up into the triple digits. I'll tell you when, coming up in your full forecast. Greg, Amanda.
Thank you, Ryan. It's a great time to download that WGXA weather app to stay ahead of changing weather conditions, including temperatures and rain. Ryan is back shortly with your full forecast. The Macon-Bibb County Commission have put one local restaurant's plans on hold following concerns from Mayor Lester Miller.
During a discussion about issuing a liquor license to the restaurant, Mayor Miller brought up allegations that the owner of the Cotton Ranch is serving alcohol there using a liquor license that belongs to a different restaurant he owns and is also not paying his workers.
Now, the owner was not at the meeting to address the allegations to the comments, so the commission voted to table the request based on the allegations. The next meeting will not be until early August.
And former Macon-Bibb Mayor Robert Rickard and his wife bought land from the city during the latest commission meeting. They bought the right-of-way for Bonita Place for a fair market value of over $32,000. So far, no planned use for the property has been given.
Governor Brian Kemp has appointed a new judge to fill the vacancy on the Dublin Judicial Circuit. Trey Taylor, a current lawyer at the Daniels Taylor Law LLC, has previous experience serving the public, filling roles such as an administrative hearing officer on the Certificate of Need panel for the Georgia Department of Community Health, and as a special assistant attorney general for the Division of Child Support Services, where he represented the Dublin and Middle Georgia Judicial Circuits. The Dublin Judicial Circuit serves the counties of Lawrence, Johnson, Trutland, and Wheeler. Student loans debt may be taking a toll on people's health. That's according to one study done by the University of Georgia.
We want to hear from you at home. Are your student loans causing stress? Scan the QR code below to vote in our interactive poll.
In the meantime, our Brianna Cook hit the streets of Middle Georgia to see if it's affecting Georgians in the mid-state. Brianna?
Greg and Amanda, people around Middle Georgia seem to have mixed feelings towards student loan debt. A study published Tuesday by the University of Georgia revealed the mounting burden of student loan debt in America is taking a toll on the mental health of borrowers. The study comes after the Supreme Court's rejection of student loan relief. It analyzed more than 85,000 student loan related posts on popular social media sites like Reddit and Twitter from 2009 through 2020. Shondell Wade-Reese says she was hopeful her debts would be paid off due to her working in the medical field.
I was hoping that they would write them off since I have been a nurse for 34 years, taking care of sick people. However, they have not given nurses and healthcare professionals the benefits that they could, especially after the COVID. I thought they would do a lot more for us other than call us heroes.
The study found high levels of mental health issues, including feeling depressed. Stressful feelings and worrying thoughts were associated with student loan debt, performance pressure, and negative academic and personal outcomes. Elena Hintemeyer says student loan debt can linger in a person's mind.
I think it would just be a cloud like looming over you that you always have this that you have to pay back. And so even if you do get by in life, you still have to pay that back.
One common thread found in the study was the lack of financial education and that many people desired to know more about student loans and managing repayment schedules. Judy Howard says people knew what they signed up for when getting a student loan.
Just pick and choose your debts. I mean, you choose to go to school or not, and you know you're going to have student loans when you make that choice.
You can read more about this study on our website at WGXA.tv. Reporting live in Macon, Brianna Cook, WGXA News.
Thanks, Brianna. And let's take a look. We appreciate your participation. Do your student loans cause you stress? 92% of you say yes, 8% no. Take part in the poll by scanning the QR code that you see right now on your screen.
The storm that dumped 2 months worth of rain on Vermont and other parts of the Northeast in a matter of hours is moving out today.
But the risk of more flooding remains. So far, no injuries or deaths have been reported in that Vermont flooding, but dozens of roads are closed, including Interstate 89 north of the state's capital, Montpelier.
City officials are warning dams could exceed capacity for the first time ever. Vermont's governor warned the storm could be worse than Hurricane Irene.
This is an all-hands-on-deck response. We have not seen rainfall like this since Irene, and in some places it will surpass even that.
Weather Prediction Center's 7-day rainfall totals across much of the Northeast are at 300 to 500% of normal levels. Parts of Vermont, New York, Connecticut, and Pennsylvania all got at least half a foot of rain.
Stuck in the sweltering summertime temperatures. Not really going to have a lot of rain today or tomorrow. That's going to knock off the heat and some of that relief that we need. So tomorrow it's going to be hot and mostly dry like today. We still could get 1 or 2 isolated pop-up showers. We are looking for a cluster of strong storms that could potentially be moving through as high pressure builds off to our west. And once that builds in fully, feels like temperatures will be back into the triple digits as we're approaching the weekend. So looking towards Saturday and Sunday, it is going to be another hot and muggy weekend. So let's go live on our Wilson Bryant Heating and Air Skycast Network. Looking out over Mercer University, it's not currently raining here, but this is looking off to the south. We can see some of those rain shafts there off in the distance. Very isolated exactly who is seeing the rain, but if you are lucky enough to get a downpour over you to really knock off some of that heat. Notice though on radar, really not a lot of us are seeing the rain, only getting about maybe a 5% coverage right now, getting a little bit of a downpour here that's moving into Twiggs County, right along I-16 towards Marion. No lightning strikes detected with this. Another smaller cell right now that's moving just south of Perry, moving across 785 towards Moss Oak, and another storm once again over areas in Potterville. That's moving across 123 and further to the east, but not really expecting any stronger storms for the rest of tonight, but still feeling very hot. It feels like 103 right now in Forsyth, a little bit cooler in Perry, 90, feeling like 98 in Irvington, and feels like 101 in McRae. So it definitely is still another hot day, and satellite and radar is showing we have high pressure over the eastern half of the U.S., so not much going on. That should keep us dry from some of the storms that are developing out farther west. So that means for the rest of tonight, it's a week calm and comfortable. 89 degrees at 7 o'clock, 75 by 1 a.m. Temperatures will be into the low 70s. Stepping out the door for your Wednesday morning, and grab the sunglasses out the door. Going up to a high of 94 degrees tomorrow under partly cloudy skies. We're mostly dry for Wednesday. Again, we could get a spotty shower or storm, kind of like what we have out there today. But Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, we get back into more of that humid air mass, so scattered chances for some showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon. So rain chances begin to increase as we get towards the weekend. And that means with the humidity going up, the feels like temperature, the heat index is also going up. Tomorrow, we're still into the upper 80s, but Thursday already back into the triple digits. And then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday will be into the mid triple digits, 105, 106. A heat advisory will be set in place if we make it above that 105. So we are keeping an eye on that, but it is going to be rather hot for this weekend. So in your 10-day forecast for your Wednesday, grab the sunglasses. It's hotter, 94 degrees. Mostly dry, could get an isolated shower or two. Thursday, rain chances begin to pick up, maybe perhaps a few thunderstorms, 95 degrees to end out the work week. A typical summer-like day, 95 degrees for the high with some scattered thunderstorms by the afternoon. The weekend is really when the heat begins to ramp up. Temps in the mid-90s, feels like temperatures near 105 degrees with a few of those scattered thunderstorms around. So if you have any outdoor plans, take some water with you so you can stay cool. Looking towards the next work weeks, same typical pattern, scattered storms each afternoon, temperatures in the mid-90s. Lastly, here's your Harrison's Body Shop Fishing Game forecast. Peaks at 10:20 a.m. and 11:20 p.m.
Amazon Prime Day kicks off today, and retail rivals want a piece of the online giant sales.
Madison Alworth is in Melville, New York at one of Amazon's same-day facilities.
It is Amazon Prime Day, the two-day event bringing in billions in sales for the company. Last year, according to Adobe, $12 billion in sales. This year, they're expecting even more. Here's the thing. They're expecting more shoppers spending less. If you look at the last 3 years, the average Amazon shopper on Prime Day went from spending over $500 this year, potentially closer to $200. So I want to bring in John Felton with Amazon. You know, inflation's been squeezing the American wallet. Have you guys adjusted your Prime Day strategy because of inflation?
Yeah, this year it's all about deals. It's all about how do we give more value to customers. Prime Day has always been about thanking our loyal Prime members, and we think the best way to thank them is giving them tremendous deals, tremendous value. Last year, Amazon Prime members saved over $1.7 billion, and this year we're expecting even more. And the fun part about this year's Prime Day is we're really focused on small businesses. Small businesses are really an empowerment to Amazon, and so 60% of everything sold on Prime Day is going to be from small businesses, and so they've been all on board with how to get better deals for customers, and so we're really excited about where it's going.
Okay, and I mean, this is truly Christmas in July, but it's no longer just Amazon doing this. You see Target, Walmart also doing deals, really most retailers trying to capitalize on that. Is that good or bad for Amazon?
We think whatever gives Prime members happy is good for everybody. And so that's what we're really focused on. How do we give the most value we can to Prime members? How do we give the best deals for Prime members? You're going to find kind of 40% off all best-selling toys, up to 75% off Amazon devices. I mean, it's going to be a huge value day for all Prime members.
Thank you so much, John. So Prime Day, it is a two-day event, and across the globe, there are 200 million Amazon Prime customers. In Melville, New York, I'm Madison Alworth, Fox Business.
Oh, I thought it was a cricket.
We're again here at Bibb County Animal Services here in Macon, Bibb County, and I'm joined today again with Tracy. And guess who we have for you today?
So this is
Sweet boy. Look at him. He's such a sweet boy.
Hi, Petey.
So how old is Petey, and what breed is he? Because obviously he's very calm as well.
Petey is about 5 to 6 months old, and he is probably a pit mix with a little bit of everything. Everything cute.
Just as sweet as he can be. So Petey, I know he wants to find a good home. So you heard about 6 months old? Mm-hmm. All right. Now, if you would like to adopt Petey, Tracy, how would they go about doing that?
So they would just reach out to us at the shelter. It's 478-621-6774. And speak with Elvin. He's our adoption coordinator. And he'll get you set up. He'll have you come in and meet Petey and make sure he's a good fit for your family. And then we'll go from there.
He's going to try to kiss me. He's a good boy, so you can see how calm he is. So he would be great with kids as well. Now, Tracy, also you guys have a big event coming up this weekend. Tell us about that.
Yes, we do. It's going to be at Tractor Supply on Eisenhower. Oh. Tractor Supply on Eisenhower, and it'll be from 11 to 3. And Petey is so excited to go to that event, as you can tell.
So you can see he's a good boy. He loves to give kisses. Let's do that today. Let's find him a good home or attend the event this coming weekend at Tractor Supply Company. Thank you so much, Tracy.
Thank you.
Well, get this. A thief tries to nail down a heist with some intimidation, but instead gets a cold shoulder and no cold cash. This man, seen on a security video, entered the Nail First shop in Atlanta. The thief had an apparent disguised weapon and demanded patrons to lie down and hand over their money, only to be seemingly ignored. The suspect did grab one woman's cell phone, and she nonchalantly walked out the door without surrendering any money. She actually looks quite annoyed, as the big heist became a big bust. The suspect fled in a silver-colored sedan, and Crime Stoppers Atlanta offered a reward for information to help arrest and indict the suspect.
I saw this on Twitter the other day.
I think I saw this on Twitter too.
I was laughing. I was like, oh my, like the secondhand embarrassment that I got for that man. It's like, he shouldn't be doing that. But I was like,
could you imagine being him and just being like, wow, I really must not be intimidating.
If he was a failure in life, I'm not gonna like judge any people for that, but if he was like a failure in life and then he was like, I gotta rob something, but then he failed at that too, like, I just got so much embarrassment. Why are you looking at me like that?
I don't know. I'm just thinking, I hope the police go after him just like he robbed somebody, because but it is wild the way people just didn't pay him any attention. He must not have scared them very much. So wow.
I think it's kind of funny.
Wow. Yeah. That's going to do it for WGXA News at 5:30.
We invite you to join us at 6 on ABC 16.
Don't forget to like and subscribe though. See ya.